Well, good morning folks, hope you're all well. Here we are again, Ferry Meadows. This is the final round of the Master of Ferry and I need to sit on a shed load. For those of you that have been watching the series, you'll know that obviously there was a cancellation. Originally it was going to be the best of 4. It's now the best of 3 and this is the 3rd match. So currently I'm lying on £27. After the first 2 matches I had £20 first match, £7 second match. So yeah, bit of a disaster the last match. I really thought I was on a peg that could produce a few fish. They were just to the right of me and they wouldn't come across. So there we go, it's fishing for you, certainly at Ferry Meadows, bream fishing for you. Yes, so today I really needed good, and I think the top weight at the moment is £73 and there's 1 or 2 60s, and then I think there's a plethora of sort of high 40s. So I need all of those guys to blank and I need about £80. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Sorry about that. It's going to be a tough one today. It's bright sunshine all day. There is a bit of a chop on it. I think you can see the water behind me, so there's a little bit of a wind. It is an easterly. It's been an easterly now for a couple of weeks, probably even longer than that, so maybe even 3 weeks. So the fish are going to be down the bottom end of the lake, so what we class as a river mouth, I would imagine they are. So really, you know, I want to draw peg 66. That's where I want to draw. I've never drawn it, or peg 46. I've never drawn that, or peg 86. So I don't know if that's going to produce today, but I've never drawn those pegs. 86 is on the fence, always seems to throw up a few fish. 66 seems to be the in peg at the moment, and obviously 46 is down by the river mouth. So if there's any fish in any of those pegs or not, I don't know. But yeah, once again, you just don't know at Ferry Meadows. So we'll just have to wait and see. Right, I'm going to go over to the draw now. I haven't done it yet, so I don't know where I'm going. Once I've drawn, obviously I'll film it so you know where I'm going, and then we'll get off to the peg. So see you later. Right, here we go guys, fingers crossed. There we go. Right, get my cameraman. Thank you. I could never do this. You stake with these just to annoy me, don't you? Because I can never do it.
Fingers and thumbs.
Oh no. Here we go. 42 on the high bank. Oh dear. Right, 42.
Thank you, Alan.
Oh, I've got my mate Nigel Pankhurst next to me, lovely, that's great. Right, peg 42 on the high bank, that's not very good. Right, let's get off to the peg, guys. See you later. Right then, folks, well that was the shortest walk I've had at Ferry Meadows for a long time. Well, peg 42 on the high bank. The high bank is the nearest point of the fishery to the car park, so and I'd already brought my tackle up to where we'd done the draw, so yeah, didn't have far to walk at all. So not out of breath this morning, I'm not sweating, which is really good, but yeah, haven't got me exercise that I was hoping for either, because I could always do a bit of extra exercise. So there we go, yeah, peg 42's on a high bank. I've not fished the high bank at all this year, not drawn it, not done a pleasure fishing session on it either. So apparently someone was fishing it yesterday on peg 43, which is a peg next door to me, which is a bit more of a comfortable peg. You see, I've got a load of trees that are very close together there that I've got to try and navigate my casting through. So there's a swim. There you go. So, so yeah, apparently he was fishing peg 43 and had 9 bream. So that's a good sign that there's a few fish in the area. However, Ferry Meadows on a pleasure fishing session, as we all know, is very different to a match fishing scenario. So the wind's blowing the wrong way for the high bank, for what I believe anyway. As you can see out there, the wind is blowing from this direction going that way, so which is an easterly. For me, it needs to be coming right into your face here for it to really fish well, but what do I know, the fish have been a bit strange this year already. So yeah, we'll give it a go. from what I can remember on these pegs, I have fished them a lot over the years, so there's some quite deep water at about 25 metres, not very far out at all. In fact, you can actually get to that deep water from about 10 metres, so it's 10 metres to about 25, and then it starts shallowing up, and then it's fairly shallow all the way out and consistent then. So I should probably set 2 lines up here, just knowing the fishery that sometimes they could be sat on that in that deeper water. So and it's just going to be a throwaway line, and every now and then I could drop on it to rest my long line, but my long line's going to be my main plan of attack. So right, I'm going to get all the tackle out. As you can see, it's all there, so, and keep my fingers crossed and hope and pray that I can have about £80 off of here, because that's what I'm going to need to try and win the Master of Ferry. For those of you that haven't actually seen the previous matches, there's 2 more matches that I fished. Yeah, so if you go and have a look, obviously on my YouTube channel, they're on there. So I posted one, obviously the last one I posted was match 2, and then yeah, the match before that I think was an open, and then the match before that was the round 1 of the Master of Ferry. So yeah, so go and have a look at those if you're interested. Right, gonna get the tackle out. I'll come back to you once I'm set up. See you in a bit. Right then, folks, well that's it, all ready, all tackled up and raring to go. I've actually kept it really simple today. Main reason being is I've had a good plummet out there, and on the short line it's just solid weed, and I just can't see any point fishing it really, because I couldn't find a hole in it at all. So I'm just going to concentrate on that long line, put all my efforts into that, and hopefully it'll come good. I have got my method rod in my bag. I haven't bothered setting it up yet. I don't know if I'm going to. I'm just going to see how the match develops, and just try and concentrate on that one line to see if I can get a few pulls off of it. Like I said earlier, apparently there's some pleasure anglers on here yesterday and they caught a few, so means there's a few fish in the area. But obviously when you fish a match it's different, because it gets a lot of pressure with, you know, most of the pegs being in. Pegs further down on the higher bank into the lower numbers in the higher bank, they've got a bit more room, they're a bit more spaced out, and there's a few pegs missing, so they might have a bit of a better chance. I'm really tight here. I've got Darren Sparrow, who runs the matches up here for the PDAA, so thanks Darren, really appreciate all the effort that you put in. If it wasn't for people like you, then there'd be none of these matches, so thanks ever so much. But I've got him to my left. I know I'm using my right arm, but if I turn round and obviously face the water, he'll be to my left. And then I've got Nigel Pankhurst, who's a fellow peg number 1 user. So yeah, he's to my right, and you'll probably find we're going to be fishing very similar lines. So yeah, I'm going to just ease my way into it today. I'm not going to go mad with a bait, and just kind of see what everyone else does, and then if I need to push out a bit further, then I will do. I've got the option. Can't come in a lot closer because of the weed. So yeah, so I kind of found a nice little spot. It's I don't know, probably about 3 meters past the weed, at 52 meters, so there's plenty of room to go out further. I've got a nice breeze, as you can see, which is obviously going this way, so it's slightly coming towards us now, which is a bit of a result. So you know, could keep the fish coming this way with a bit of luck. So but yeah, so we'll just see what happens. Anyway, let's have a little look at the setup. There we are. As you can see, sun's just starting to come on us. I've got my shorts on at the minute, but I've actually put my chest waders on, because on the high bank here, got all these trees up behind us. Sorry about the sun there, but yeah, them trees tend to mask the sun, but it's just poking through at the minute. But a bit later on, that's going to come round, and I should be sat in the shade and probably getting cold. So I'll keep these on for a bit and see how we get on. I've also brought the suntan lotion as well. So so there we go, just got the 2 rods set up here, which is as you know, both Free Spirit rods. They're both the high S versions. This is a high S power feeder special 13 foot, which is going to be my main rod, main plan of attack, and this is the high S power feeder distance, which is going to be my bait up rod. As you can see, got the Guru bait up feeder on there. Like I say, both set up at 52 meters. Yeah, I'm just going to concentrate on that bait for the day. Nothing different really. I've got my peg number 1 ground bait here. I've actually gone for a 80% Mayhem green today. The water's quite clear. Don't know if you can sort of see down there, but the sun's shining on it. So I wanted to go for a slightly darker mix. So I've gone 80% Mayhem green, and I've put quite a lot of molasses in that as well to darken it up. the other 20% is just bream and skimmer, so which is both peg number 1. And I've made a sloppy mix up there, as you can see there. So what I've done is I've put in the betaine transformer liquid, betaine twist. So show you a little bit of that actually. Hopefully you might be able to see this. There you go, you can see the sort of cloud that produces. Hopefully you can see that. And that's what I'm trying to create out there, just to try and draw them fish down. So you know, if they're a little bit shy, just give them a little bit of confidence to feed over. Got me micros, peg number 1 micros. Obviously got my stopwatch there, made them last night. Making some flighting maggots there. Got me corn, got me crunchy casters, got me dead reds, and I've got a load of live reds in here as well. So gonna try something different today. I've actually got I brought with me, I put the camera this way because of the sun, I brought with me some block end feeders basically, and I may just try feeding just maggot without ground bait. I don't know why, I just had a funny feeling now. The fish just might be getting a bit wise to all the other stuff, so yeah, so that might be a little bit of a plan of attack later on if things don't go to plan. So it's always worth giving it a go anyway. Yeah, so that's it, that's me for today. So right, fingers crossed guys, we've got 10 minutes to go, so I'm gonna have a quick cup of tea and then yeah, get my head down, start baiting up. Come back to you then. Cheers, bye. Right guys, that's it, that's me baited up. This is the first cast. Wish me luck. Right, let's hope it goes round. Right then folks, that's the first hour gone by. Very quiet. Don't think Darren next door's had a liner or anything. Nigel the other side of me's not had a liner or anything, and neither have I. So yeah, very quiet at the moment for the first hour. But been looking over on the far side and I've not seen much, not seen anything at all over there to be honest with you, but obviously I'm concentrating on looking at my own tip, so but keep looking over there every now and then. I've not seen anyone land anything yet. So yeah, at the moment, very quiet. Wind's still hacking this way, so yeah, fingers crossed. Fish are moving a bit later. Keep you updated, guys. See you soon. Right then, folks, that's 2 hours gone. Not a sign. Yeah, very quiet. Darren's not had a sign to my left, and nor has Nigel to my right. Apparently, the guy to his right, so 2 pegs to my right, had a big liner on one cast. Went out there again and then caught one. I don't know if he's had any more since, but there's only really 2 pegs to my right, so with the wind blowing this way, fingers crossed they might move down a bit, but at the minute Nigel's not had a sign next to him, and obviously I haven't, nor has Darren, so yeah, I've just refed. I put another 2 or 3, so I put two Guru feeders up out there on the bottom, and then I emptied another one on top. And I've now just chopped some worm up, and I've just gone out there with a window feeder. I've been on a cage feeder, one of these hex mesh ones, for the first couple of hours, just to get a decent bit of bait out there. I've fed it quite heavy with caster and corn, not put any worm out there at all. This is the first cast with worm, and I've literally just put it in a window feeder, so with some casters, and I've put a little bit of worm on, so just to see if that makes a difference. But yeah, just keep trying different things. Every now and then I empty one out on top, just to sort of like keep that that cloud in the water. But yeah, at the moment it doesn't look like there's a lot of fish out there, so wish me luck, guys. Need a few. Come back to you later. Well folks, just over 3 hours in, and I've not had a sign Running out of ideas now. I've tried block end feeder with the maggots with a short tail, nothing. Tried corn, I've tried worm, caster, maggot, dead red. Yeah, running out of things to try. Obviously I keep putting the slop out every now and then, but it doesn't appear to be doing anything at the minute. Darren Sparrow to my left, I don't believe's had a sign. Nigel to my right has just had a couple of liners, so yeah, that might be a sign that there might be a few fish moving in, I don't know. The chap to his right has actually got 2 fish now, so that's kind of like the nearest peg to me that I believe was caught in bream. Further up in the section, quite a way up, Chris Hill's got 2 bream, so well, he did have anyway about an hour ago, he may have got more than that by now, but yeah, there's not a great deal happening, I'm afraid, guys. I think the guy that's leading the competition, I believe, is on the far bank over there, and I've definitely seen him land a couple of fish, and I believe he's had more than that, and I actually saw him putting another keep net out, so maybe he's had more than 5. So if that's the case, then he's going to be doing very well. So anyway, we keep plugging away, guys, you never know, they might move in. So fingers crossed, come back to you later. Well folks, there's an hour to go, it's 3 o'clock. The scores at the doors are exactly the same, nothing's changed, I've not had a touch. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, it's very clear out there and there's just no fish. There's no fish in front of me anyway. Darren next door's not had a touch, the guy next to him has had a tiny little perch, I think, and that's it. Nigel next to me's had 1 bream now, he had a little liner, then he had a pull round and caught 1. And the guy next to him's had 4, may have had more than that now, but he's definitely getting indications. But he's got a lot of room next to him, so I think the fish are just sort of sat there and they're just not coming further down. Because it's so clear, we've got a lot of people out on pedlos and canoes and whatnot, and they're just all going out there all over the swim, so you know that's not going to bode well when the water's really clear. But yeah, run out of ideas now. I've gone through my array of knowledge and none of it's worked. So I've even had 20 minutes out there on the method and that didn't produce anything either. So yeah, there's an hour to go. I shall put a little bit more feed out there just in case we get a visit in the last hour. See if that'll produce anything. But yes, apologies guys, but there's not a lot been happening. Hopefully come back to you with a fish, please. Well folks, I really do apologise, but they were probably the 3 worst matches I've had at Ferry Meadows that I can remember for a long time. And when you've got to get the draws, there's no 2 ways about it. And I definitely didn't have the draws in those 3 matches. I've had some really good matches this year at Ferry. But yeah, I've just not got the draw, unfortunately. On Gunwade. On Overton I've done well, but on Gunwade just haven't got the draws. I know I won a couple of sections, but that, you know, with winning a section with 1 fish doesn't really feel great, to be fair. But yeah, so that's it. That's me, £27 for the 3 matches, which will, you know, be absolutely nowhere. Don't know who's going to have won it, but we'll have to wait and see. But I'm pretty sure that the chap that was leading it has had quite a few fish today as well. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's going to take top spot. Anyway guys, I do apologise once again for it not being a riveting video or a riveting series, but we'll go again next year. It'll be on again next year. So I think the next thing for me is going to be Boddington's. I've got a few tickets for the Boddington Classic, so yeah, that'll be a little bit different. Not fished there at all this year, so yeah, so that'll be interesting. I think the first one's a bit of a grueler. It's really early. I think the draw's at 5:30 in the morning, but by all accounts that's not been fishing particularly well either. So but with this hot weather, maybe some of the fish will be coming up on the old pellet wag, because I do enjoy that. Anyway guys, I've enjoyed doing the video anyway. I hope you've enjoyed watching it, and I look forward to seeing you in the swim soon. Adios.